Welcome to our video. Have you ever felt stuck, unable to move forward in life? What's holding you back from living your best life? Today, we're going to explore a topic that affects us all: fear. Fear can be a powerful force that limits our potential and keeps us from experiencing true fulfillment. But what if we could move beyond fear and tap into our inner strength? In this video, we'll dive deep into understanding fear, recognizing vulnerability, and discovering how to step into your power. We'll explore practical ways to overcome the barriers that hold us back and learn how to live more authentically and courageously. Let's start by understanding fear. Fear is a natural human emotion that has helped us survive as a species. It's our brain's way of protecting us from potential threats. But in our modern world, fear often shows up in ways that don't serve us. There are two main types of fear: rational and irrational. Rational fears are based on real dangers. They help keep us safe from physical harm. For example, the fear of touching a hot stove prevents us from getting burned. Irrational fears, on the other hand, are often based on perceived threats that aren't actually dangerous. These fears can hold us back from pursuing our dreams and living fulfilling lives. Our brains are wired to respond to fear. When we encounter something we perceive as threatening, our body's fight or flight response kicks in. This physiological reaction prepares us to either confront the threat or run away from it. While this response is helpful in truly dangerous situations, it can be counterproductive when triggered by everyday challenges or opportunities for growth. Fear limits our potential in many ways. It can prevent us from taking risks, trying new things, or putting ourselves out there. Fear of failure might stop us from pursuing a new career or starting a business. Fear of rejection could keep us from forming meaningful relationships or expressing our true selves. By allowing fear to dictate our choices, we miss out on valuable experiences and opportunities for personal growth. Now let's talk about vulnerability. Many people misunderstand what vulnerability really means. It's not about being weak or exposed. Instead, vulnerability is about having the courage to be your authentic self, even when it feels risky. It's about opening yourself up to new experiences and connections, despite the possibility of getting hurt or facing disappointment. There's a common misconception that being vulnerable makes us easy targets or pushovers. In reality, vulnerability requires immense strength. It takes courage to show up as your true self, to share your thoughts and feelings openly, and to face the unknown. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we create opportunities for genuine connection and personal growth. Fear and vulnerability are closely connected. Often, our fears keep us from being vulnerable. We might worry about what others think of us, fear rejection, or be afraid of getting hurt. This leads to a cycle of self-protection, where we put up walls and hide our true selves. But by doing so, we miss out on the richness of authentic relationships and experiences. Breaking this cycle starts with identifying our personal fears. Take some time to reflect on what scares you. Is it the fear of failure, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of being judged? Once you've identified your fears, you can start to face them head-on. One effective technique for facing fears is gradual exposure. Start with small steps that challenge your comfort zone. If you're afraid of public speaking, you might begin by sharing your thoughts in a small group setting. As you build confidence, you can gradually work your way up to larger audiences. Another helpful approach is to reframe your thoughts about fear. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided, try viewing fear as a sign that you're pushing yourself to grow. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. As you work on facing your fears, you'll start to build confidence. Celebrate each small victory along the way. Every time you do something that scares you, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. Now let's talk about the power of authenticity. Being true to yourself means living in alignment with your values, beliefs, and desires. It means not compromising who you are to fit in or please others. When you're authentic, you attract people and opportunities that align with your true self. Many of us fear being judged for who we really are. We worry that if we show our true selves, others won't like or accept us. But the truth is, when we're authentic, we attract genuine connections. People are drawn to those who are real and honest. By being yourself, you give others permission to do the same. Overcoming the fear of judgment takes practice. Start by reminding yourself that everyone has flaws and insecurities. Your worth isn't determined by others' opinions of you. Focus on cultivating self-acceptance and surrounding yourself with supportive people who appreciate you for who you are. Building resilience is another crucial aspect of moving beyond fear. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to challenges. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but about learning how to navigate them effectively. One key to building resilience is developing a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as threats or failures. When you encounter a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this to become stronger or wiser? Learning from setbacks is an essential part of personal growth. Instead of beating yourself up over mistakes or failures, try to approach them with curiosity. What went wrong? What could you do differently next time? By extracting lessons from your experiences, you turn challenges into stepping stones for future success. Cultivating self-compassion is another important aspect of personal growth. Many of us are our own harshest critics. We say things to ourselves that we would never say to a friend. But being kind to yourself isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for mental and emotional well-being. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a good friend. When you make a mistake or face a setback, instead of berating yourself, try offering words of comfort and encouragement. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that you're doing the best you can. Overcoming negative self-talk is a crucial part of cultivating self-compassion. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. When you notice negative thoughts, challenge them. Are they based in fact, or are they unfounded fears or criticisms? Replace harsh self-criticism with more balanced and supportive self-talk. Practices for self-acceptance can help you develop a more compassionate relationship with yourself. Try starting each day with a positive affirmation about yourself. Take time to acknowledge your strengths and accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Practice gratitude for the unique qualities that make you who you are. As you work on building self-compassion, you'll start to uncover your inner strength. We all have unique gifts and talents, but fear and self-doubt often prevent us from recognizing or using them. Take some time to identify your personal values and strengths. What matters most to you? What are you naturally good at? How can you use these strengths to create positive change in your life and the lives of others? Using your unique gifts doesn't mean you have to be the best at something. It's about finding ways to express your authentic self and contribute in a way that feels meaningful to you. This might involve pursuing a hobby you love, volunteering for a cause you care about, or finding ways to incorporate your strengths into your work or relationships. Learning to trust your intuition is another important aspect of harnessing your inner strength. Your intuition is like an inner compass that can guide you towards what's right for you. It's that gut feeling you get when something feels right or wrong. Often, our fears and doubts can drown out this inner voice. Practice listening to your intuition by taking quiet moments to check in with yourself. What feels right to you? What aligns with your values and goals? As you become more in tune with your inner strength, you'll be ready to take action towards your goals. Setting meaningful goals is about identifying what truly matters to you, not what you think you should want or what others expect of you. Think about what would make your life feel more fulfilling and purposeful. What changes would you like to see in your life 6 months or a year from now? Once you've identified your goals, break them down into smaller, manageable steps. This makes the process less overwhelming and allows you to celebrate small victories along the way. Remember, progress is more important than perfection. Every small step forward is a success. Creating a support system is crucial as you work towards your goals. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and support your growth. This might include friends, family members, mentors, or a professional coach. Don't be afraid to ask for help or support when you need it. Having a strong support system can provide encouragement, accountability, and valuable perspectives as you navigate challenges. Celebrating small victories is an important part of the growth process. Often, we focus so much on our end goals that we forget to acknowledge the progress we're making along the way. Take time to recognize and celebrate each step forward, no matter how small it may seem. This helps build momentum and keeps you motivated on your journey. As you grow and step into your power, you'll likely find that you begin to inspire others around you. Your growth and courage can have a ripple effect, encouraging those in your life to face their own fears and embrace their authentic selves. By living authentically and facing your fears, you become a role model for others. Being a role model for vulnerability and strength doesn't mean being perfect. It means being honest about your struggles and showing others that it's okay to be imperfect. Share your experiences and what you've learned along the way. Your openness can help others feel less alone in their own challenges. Encouraging others to step into their power is about supporting them in their own growth journey. Listen without judgment when others share their fears or doubts. Offer encouragement and remind them of their strengths. Sometimes, simply believing in someone can give them the courage they need to take that first step. We've explored the nature of fear and how it can limit our potential. We've discussed the power of vulnerability and authenticity and how these qualities can lead to more fulfilling relationships and experiences. We've talked about building resilience, cultivating self-compassion, and harnessing our inner strength. Finally, we've looked at how to take action towards our goals and inspire others along the way. Moving beyond fear and stepping into your power is a journey. It's not about eliminating fear completely, but about learning to act courageously despite it. It's about embracing your authentic self and using your unique strengths to create a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling to you. As you leave this video, I encourage you to take one small step towards facing a fear or embracing your authentic self. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but remember that this discomfort is often a sign of growth. Trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of moving beyond fear and stepping into your power. I hope you found inspiration and practical insights that you can apply in your own life. Remember, you have the strength within you to create the life you desire. It's time to let that strength shine.